What's up, everybody, and welcome to a long overdue pep talk. I probably should have addressed this with the video right when it happened. I did address it directly with the individual and also on social media, both Facebook and Instagram. We don't really use TikTok, and I'm the only one who's really in charge of the TikTok page. Other people have access to the Instagram page, and other people also have access to the Facebook page, but it's still me who's responsible because I'm the one who has the Project Baby name. And it's not only that, but it's my children who would inherit that as well, because it's my children who were used for the logo of Project Baby Enterprises. So this is something I definitely have to address. Somebody, insinuating that we're racist or whatever, I got to address it. I addressed it on the page. I addressed it in the Instagram post on, it was one of our videos. Somebody had posted that myself or somebody else who runs the page had either liked or insinuated that we liked a post that was seemingly racist. When I asked for further information, it was said that, it was a post about a Asiatic mother being single without an Asiatic father. And so I asked for context. I said, please, or no, I didn't ask for context. I said, please tag me in the post, so I can address this. If it was something that we did, maybe there's context behind it. And if it was done maliciously, I'll take care of it, because we don't adhere to the laws of segregation. And here's why. I am a member of the Moore Science Temple of America Incorporated, branch temple number 34 in Syracuse, New York, under the leadership of the National Press Secretary, but my Grand Sheikh, who is also my Grand Sheikh, Brother Sharif Anil Bey, and he is under that name on Facebook. He's under that name on Instagram, and again, as he is the National Press Secretary, and he brings information to the public about the Moore Science Temple of America. He is also on various other platforms, including YouTube, TikTok, etc. And he is also a Sifu. So, that's another reason why he is on social media. And very known he does a lot. Let's just put it like that. Go follow him. You need some direction on anything. I'm sure he'll give you some direction. You need to find a temple close to you. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to him. It don't matter. I will get you where you need to go if you want to learn a little bit about what I've been learning, for the past year and a half. Again, I've been in this knowledge for, over 10 years now, but I've only been a member for about a year and a half. The Moore Science Temple of America Incorporated. And this is something that is life-changing. Literally, it's truth. We learn history, real history that's not taught in the school in schools today, But I'm not here to talk about more science today. And not in depth, and like I said, the National Press Secretary has a lot of very good videos up that you can go watch if you want to really find out. Or best thing to do is find a temple. You're not going to find out what the Moore Science Temple of America is truly about, or what we teach, or anything like that, just by researching on Google. Like I said, Sharif Anil Bey, the National Press Secretary of the Moore Science Temple of America, is the best bet for you to find a video or something that'll lead you in the right direction, or just come to a temple. Again, but as a member of the Moore Science Temple of America, it's against the law for me to practice the laws of segregation. 1, 2, anybody who knows me, especially everybody who used to hang out at Placita Park back in the day, they know I don't play that stuff. Anybody who's been locked up with me in jail or prison, they know I don't play that stuff. I've always been vocal about unity between, especially between so-called black and so-called brown people, And again, we're not colors. That's why I say so-called. We're not. You can't equate us to some color in the crayon book. Take a piece of brown paper, put it up next to you. Are you brown? Take a piece of black paper, put it up next to you. Are you black? Same thing with the white paper. Are you white? Let's be real. We're nationalities. There's one human race. But, in this day and age, we live by nationalities. And the most dangerous person in America is the hyphenated man. So when it comes down to it, or the true citizen, I would say, is a hyphenated man. That's why, anyways, the true citizen is the hyphenated man. And that's just being real. I'm not saying that you're not a citizen. We're all citizens. We're born here. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, getting back onto the racism comments. I don't want to get off track here. I've never been racist. Anybody who knows that, I've never practiced the laws of segregation or racism. I never have, other than living by certain street laws that I did not agree with, but I was bound by at the time, especially when you're in prison. People know what that is. If you're from California, you know what I'm talking about, but I was vocal both in and out about it, always have been very vocal. We should be united as one. We all have the same common ancestors. And this is a history that's not taught in schools today. This is long lost history. And there was a number worked on all of our ancestors. Let's be real. And we've lost our memory. A lot of us have lost our memory, Even if you want to call yourself or consider yourself Native or indigenous American, like I consider myself to be, we're not exempt from it. Our ancestors were put in so-called Indian schools and worse. We lost our memory, and it's time for us to relearn it. But at the same time, let's not do it under the laws of segregation. Let's do it with unity, okay? Now, real quick, I just want to read a chapter which we call Divine Instructions out of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, divinely prepared by the Holy Prophet, by the noble prophet, Drew Ali, by the guiding of his Father God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from his sinful and fallen stage of humanity back to the highest plane of life with his Father God Allah. Now, I want you to understand before I even read this, that these are secrets. These were secrets for many, 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 many years and withheld from the outside world for many, many, many years. Again, if you want to know some stuff and you don't want to go to a temple, which I suggest that you go to a temple. That's the best thing to do. Go to a temple, even if you don't become a member. Just go to a temple. And if you don't, Sharif Anil Bey, the brother Sharif Anil Bey, he is the National Press Secretary of the Moorish Science Temple of America. There's only one temple. Okay? I want to come out of the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, chapter 45, the divine origin of the Asiatic nations. The fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation of North America need to learn to love instead of hate and to know of their higher self and lower self. This is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca for teaching and instructing all Moorish Americans, etc. The key of civilization was and is in the hands of the Asiatic nations, the Moorish, who were the ancient Moabites and the founders of the holy city of Mecca. The Egyptians, who were the Hammatites and a direct descendant of Mizraim. The Arabians, the seed of Hagar. Japanese and Chinese. The Hindus of India, the descendants of the ancient Canaanites, Hittites, and Moabites from the land of Canaan. The Asiatic nations and countries in North, South, and Central America. The Moorish Americans and Mexicans in North America. Brazilians, Argentinians and Chileans in South America, Colombians, Nicaraguans, and the natives of San Salvador and Central America, etc. All of these are Muslims. The Turks are the true descendants of Hagar, who are the chief protectors of the first Islamic creed of Mecca, beginning from Muhammad I, the founder of the uniting of Islam, by the command of the great universal God, Allah. And, let me address Thanksgiving while I'm at it too. I shouldn't have to say much more about why we don't practice the laws of segregation after reading that. Let's be real. Okay? We all have the same common ancestors. Did you know there's over 21 different spices, and it's probably more than that. 21 different spices that are used in Hispanic cuisines that don't originate here. Where do they originate at? Africa. North Africa, Middle East. Not only that, when you think about it, there are over 400 words that are interchangeable between Spanish and Arabic. Who brought Islam here? the Moors of North Africa. Let's be real. And again, like I said, we all have the same common ancestors. We got to stop fighting each other, literally. And we got to stop telling each other that we're racist or that one is above the other. We've lost our memory. Think about it. A number was worked on our ancestors and we lost our memory. All of our ancestors were enslaved all across North, South, Central America. Quite literally. Indian schools in certain areas. Trail of Tears in North America. Many, many things. Buffalo Bill. Why do we have a football team called the Buffalo Bills? Go look it up. Why do we think that we're different from each other? We all suffered the same things here. All of us. We all have the same common ancestors. Plain and simple. I will never in my life practice the laws of segregation. I will never in my life practice the laws of racism. Ever. And anybody who represents Project Baby Records or Project Baby Enterprises and you're found out practicing these things, you will be removed from your position. We'll find somebody else to do it. We do not play. I'm not playing. Project Baby Records and Project Baby Enterprises represents me. And not only that, the logo is my son. So it represents my children. And I'm very passionate about it. Now, I wanted to address Thanksgiving too, so I don't go off into another video about it. There's so many things that we can dive in. I'm going to be very brief. There's so many things we can argue about when it comes to Thanksgiving. But let's be real. The holiday of Thanksgiving that's celebrated in America today became a holiday in 1637. And it was declared by Governor John Winthrop of the Massachusetts Colony Bay. And it was to commemorate the slaughter of the Iroquois Nation tribe, Pequot tribe, the slaughter of over 700 men, women, and children. Not only that, but just like I said, we all went through the same things in these lands. In these lands, there was a number worked on our ancestors. In these lands, literally. Plain and simple. It's a disrespect to our ancestors who went through that stuff for us to sit here and practice certain traditions. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Again, go look up the brother Sharif Anail Bey, National Press Secretary of the Moorish Science Temple of America. He is also my Grand Sheik. And again, I am a member of Branch Temple number 34 in Syracuse, New York. And we do not practice the laws of segregation. Peace.
We're only focused on the things that make us hate. How can we ever decide to ever change our fate? Let's erase the hate so that we could all be great. Yeah, so that we could all be great. Come on. I can't stand by while I watch my brothers die. But what can we do with a system full of lies?